All right, today in this video, I'm going to show you how to find winning stocks. So there are three things that all have to line up in order for you to identify winning stocks. So one of them is having good fundamentals, another is good technicals, and another are some good news and catalyst, and when all three lined up, then you can have a winning stock. So good fundamentals, what does that mean? Well, is the company behind the stock, are they growing in terms of sales? Are they growing in terms of earnings? And is the industry or sector growing? Because if the answer is no to any one of them, so for example, if the company is not growing sales at all, you know, how can earnings grow in the long run, right? And if earnings are not growing, meaning the company is not profitable, how will the company become more valuable over time, right? So all of these things have to happen all at the same time. Now, how can you search for stocks that have good fundamentals? Well, you can use a stock screener like FinViz, for example, and this is not a sponsored, video. I just use the screener and I like it. It's very simple, it's very intuitive, very easy to use. You can go to the fundamental tab. You can click on, I only want companies that have grown sales 20% per year for the past 5 years, that have grown earnings per share EPS, like more than 25% per year, right? That have positive net profit margin, right? You want companies that are profitable and that have grown EPS, earnings per share, by more than 25%, quarter over quarter. So then if you put that in, it will narrow down the list of stocks that, from a universe of, I don't know now how many stocks there are, but let's just say 10,000 stocks. Now it can narrow it down to like a manageable few, maybe around 30 stocks that will meet this criteria, right? So then, another important consideration is that the stocks that you buy have to have good technicals. So meaning, for example, and I will show you later, if the price of the stock is above the 50 EMA, which stands for exponential moving average, and the 10 EMA is greater than the 20 EMA, right? Then you are in an uptrend, right? Uh, Other people, they look for like the stock would consolidate, right? And then, it has low volume, and then when it breaks out, on the upside, then it has high volume, right? So, because you kind of want to also time your entry. Now, here's why technicals are very important, right? So the two stocks that I'm going to show you. So one is trending up and the other one is trending down. Both are highly profitable, right? So from a fundamental standpoint, right, both are equally good. However, this stock right here, at least as I record this video, right? So if the 10 is above the 20 and the price is above the 50, then you are in a bullish uptrend. And that's what you want, is to be in a bullish uptrend, right? And as you can see here, as long as the price is above the, above the 50, the green is the 50 EMA, you, and you can go to any charting app or software like TradingView or bar charts, for example, and then you can put in these indicators, right? So as you can see here, so if the price is above, as long as the price is above the 50 and 10 is above the 20, you can see here that it's trending up, right? Now, so however, the opposite is true, right? So when the price is below the 50, like here where it says S in here, right? The price is below the 50 MA and the 10 is below the 20. Now you are in a downtrend, right? So what you want is to buy a stock that have good fundamentals that is in an uptrend. Because if it has good fundamentals and it's in an uptrend, right, then you're stacking the odds in your favor, right? But if it's a good stock, but it's in a downtrend, what you do is get out of the way and don't buy that stock, even though it has good fundamentals, right? But you can come in when price, would reverse, and then now you are in an uptrend, right? Because you don't know where will the bottom be, right? This can go on for another, you know, a year, right? I mean, can you afford like another, let's say, 30% drawdown, whereas your capital could have been better used in buying a stock that is in an uptrend, right? And then, and how do you screen this, right? You can look for, also on Finviz. Now, Finviz unfortunately doesn't have a way to track the exponential moving averages. The closest thing that I can find is you can have simple moving averages, right? You can click in here and say that the price has to be above the 20 SMA, simple moving average, right? And the price has to be above the 50 moving average, and the price has to be above the 200 moving average. The idea here is you want a short-term indicator. In this case, that's the 20 SMA. You have a medium-term indicator, which is the 50 SMA, and you have a longer-term indicator, which is the 200-day SMA, right? So, so again, good fundamentals, and the next, good technicals, right? Then, in addition to that, you want to be in a stock, that has some good news or some catalyst that will push the price even further, right? So it can be a new product or service, a new CEO, or a change in government priorities. So, for example, as I record this video, um, there is emphasis on defense, right? So some defense stocks can be on an uptrend right now, you know. And then some oil stocks can be in an uptrend because the current administration, right? They like to, as one of the campaign promises is drill baby drill, right? So that can be a good sector or industry to consider, right? So the combination of all three, you know, right, you will end up with a stock that will likely go up over time. So, and what you can do is once you identify based on the stock screener, let's say Finviz, stocks that have good fundamentals and good technicals, right? Then you can feed it to AI, and AI will give you an output like this. So for example, let's say one of those stocks is NVIDIA, you ask AI, like, what are the catalysts, right? Or any good news about the stock that will push the price, higher in 2026, right? Then it will tell you the reasons why the stock will go up, right? What are the potential catalysts for it? And then it's up to you, obviously, right, to decide which stock you will invest in based on the intersection of all three components. Again, good fundamentals, good technicals, and then some good news, right? So with that, guys, if this has helped you, consider subscribing to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.